Game day! The Bison.
What's going on, guys?
The
Welcome
Bison.
in. Wake Up Barstool, Friday.
That was a good sell.
Thank you.
I also got hit pretty hard. I don't know.
It was a good hit, but I watched a lot of wrestling growing
Yeah.
up. Did it look good?
I thought you actually got
Let's go. Hey, guys, welcome in. Wake Up Barstool. It's Friday. We got the big boys here. Sweating. T-Bob Abear, Michael Katic, Dana Beers. We got Meagan making money there for the money corner coming up later on. It's game day. We got a college football playoff to break down from last night. We got a college football playoff game today to get into. Oregon, Indiana. We got Chris Fallica, the Bear, stopping by here in a little bit. We'll go into the crawler corner where we'll break down a couple of plays from last night's game as well as a couple of plays from the last time that Indiana and Oregon squared up, okay? So we'll give you some insight in maybe what to look for tonight. Boys, how are we feeling? Feels great to have we first show with everybody back?
Yeah.
Holidays got weird. Yeah, the gang's back. Let's go.
I missed all you guys.
Can you put this on record? Are you cheering for Oregon tonight?
Yeah, that's a good point. No.
Okay.
No. I love Mike Katic.
Good.
Love White Boy Rick. I have no Oregon allegiance whatsoever. In fact, the one time I went to Autzen Stadium, shout out, fun fact here, I was watching my little brother. He's playing at Nicholls State in Louisiana in Thibodaux. So, the cupcake game to open the season in Autzen. My little brother became the first ever victim of a targeting flag.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, he rolled out and went to slide right when the rule got put in, and the cornerback cheap shot it and knocked him out. Shout out, Bo. Love you, man.
That's a very cool, fun fact.
Yeah, and I was furious.
I'd be telling everyone that.
I almost got in a fight with the stands with this Oregon fan. The cops are coming down. I had to end up running away to a different part of the stadium to watch the game. But yeah, so screw the Ducks, dude.
Yeah.
Who?
Hoosiers.
Where were you, Mikey? I feel, what was that? I did the who thing.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, okay, and we should address this as well, because I was a little confused, and it seems like it's new, which I found to be interesting. What is the story of the Bison? Where did this come from?
So the Bison mascot was the mascot for Indiana University back in like the 70s, 80s, I think. And then they brought it back this year. It went away for like 30 years, brought it back this year. And this guy, shout out DB Hoosier, he starts making these Bison helmets and sells them to people, and fans wear them. There's a bunch wearing them at the Rose Bowl. And I was like, yeah, dude, I got to get my hands on one of those.
Yeah, they look great.
Yeah.
You got kind of like Fred Flintstone vibes a little bit.
Sick.
I wouldn't hate coming back as like a bison in another life.
Dude, Bison's
grazing
sick
and
life, like up in North Dakota.
crushing grass.
Chronologically dependent, though, right? Like, because
Those
you're a
words,
bison.
I've never heard those words together in my life.
Chronologically dependent.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're a bison a few hundred years ago when the Native Americans
You
are
were
traveling
wiped
with
out.
you.
Oh,
well, I was going to say, a few hundred years ago might not be bad because the Native Americans are traveling with you. They're going to kill some of you, but it's kind of sustainable, right? But yeah, if you're talking like 1860s Midwest bison, all these white Chicago people are just murdering you in the fields and leaving you to
Present
die.
day bison.
Yeah.
Yeah, present day bison might be the best,
graze.
actually.
But I
You're
think-
probably
Graze.
most protected.
I think present day bison are protected.
Yeah, you're right.
Because like in like playing Red Dead Redemption 2 like 500 times, like you gotta respect the bison. You only need to take what you need.
As if the internet or nerds weren't obsessed with Meagan enough already. Playing Red Dead Redemption 2 500 times. Excellent game, by the way.
love it.
Speaking of excellent game, let's get into last night.
Hell of a segue.
What a segue.
We are on one today.
Yes, we
What
are.
a game. Miami, Ole Miss. One team in the Hurricanes, a team that has recently looked like it's really found itself, rounding into form, looking like a true national title contender, and a team that has all the talent, whereas Ole Miss, a team that we underrated a bit, but a team of like seemingly destiny, and it's kind of how the game played out.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the box score, Miami dominated.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. The drives they went on, time of possession was 42-18.
Yeah.
Third downs weren't close, but because of a couple of mistakes, as well as Ole Miss just doing everything they can this season and maximizing what they have. They made it very close, but in the end, Carson Beck comes up with the drive, the $4 million drive, and the Miami Hurricanes are going back to the national championship, dude.
There was so many mistakes. Miami made so many mistakes. They dropped like 4 interceptions.
Yep.
Every time you think they had momentum on a drive, penalty, and then they're behind the chains. They got to pass. People aren't catching balls. It looked like a mess. And then Ole Miss just somehow just staying in the game, even though they're getting dominated all game. They're passing the ball well. They're converting in the red zone.
Well, Carnero's
unbelievable.
The main reason why they stood in the game.
Even though he had a missed kick, but I was just impressed by how Miami just kept chugging, even though they were just not. Here we go now. What's the word here?
You got it.
Not consistently sustaining drives.
Yeah. I feel like they kind of were, but they weren't. They had a lot of long drives, but maybe not as much payoff as they should have over the entirety of the game.
Yeah, true.
And obviously hindsight's 20/20, but as Katic said, I would have loved to see what the result of the game would have been if those 4 dropped interceptions would have been caught.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Miami rolls, right? Because already they had such dominant times. They had such dominant game flow control. At that point, I don't even think it's close. But that was the Mincy magic.
I think what I learned here is we need Ole Miss to play every single college football playoff game.
Yeah, they're the only people that deliver. That's a great point.
They've played 2 games that have been awesome and fun to watch. Like that one last night was so enjoyable to watch down to the wire, and somehow, like we've talked about, they just kept sticking in it despite all those mistakes. And man, it was just a fun football game to watch. Yeah. And we haven't had many of them in the college football playoffs. So whatever the recipe is with Ole Miss, we need more of that.
Yeah, I really felt like last night, and whenever you have a massive football game like this between 2 wagons, I find it impossible to separate kind of boxing analogies and boxing feels. And Miami just came out and it felt like they're landing just body blows, right? Yeah. Just deadly efficient combinations. But then Ole Miss catches him with one, with the Kawan Lacey haymaker. Yeah. Then Miami, it's a weird thing where I came away way more impressed with Miami than I think a lot did. Like you mentioned a lot of mistakes. Brandon did as well last night on roughness. I felt like this is a Miami team that is a very worthy foe of either Indiana or Oregon, that I would score almost evenly on the field. And it's like, why? Because they know themselves. This is not the team that lost 2 games earlier in the year. They didn't know their identity. Yeah. Remember, they're trying to throw it all over the field. Even the team that beat Notre Dame, they wanted to throw it. They wanted to take deep shots. Yeah. When Miami learned after their losses, oh, wait, who are we? We are a smash mouth, old school, road grader, running team. That's when they finally started to realize their full potential.
But even last night, they would have success running the ball, and then they would just stop doing it, and then they would get behind the chains and have to force throws But when they would run,
but they still, there was 51 running plays to 37 passes.
Why even stop running the ball when you're getting 4 or 5 yards a clip here? It doesn't make any sense to me. And then you just put Carson in a tough spot. You put the offensive line, who wasn't protecting all that well, in a tough spot. That left tackle was having a rough night. Yeah. And it was just why go away from your identity of running the rock when you don't have to? Yeah, ironic that Ole Miss ends up with 4 sacks on the night. Miami won. Yeah, Miami wins the game and kind of dominates the game. Yep. So I guess where I was going with this is 2 points. First, I do find myself very impressed with Ole Miss to be in a position to win this game. Yes. Because I tweeted at halftime, and even this game's over. Yeah. The body blows. That's how the running game works, and body blows work. Because by the end, the other team's supposed to get tired. And if you look at, I think it's Xavier Brown 51 last night, he was exhausted for that Ole Miss front. He was done. Yeah. But they still found a way to tough it out and almost win this thing. That is some real resilience out of the Rebels, but I come away even more impressed with Miami. Again, they looked like, before the defensive injuries started to pile up, when the defense was dialed, O-line running game kicking ass, I thought they looked every bit
of the national contender, of an Indiana or of an Oregon. And the reason why they can hang with the two teams that we just mentioned, it's built through the line.
Yeah.
They're dominant on the line.
Yep.
Like those three, imagine that. It all starts up front. Indiana, Oregon, Miami, all the best lines of scrimmages in the country this year. Well, except for Iowa's O-line. Y'all were badass too.
Yeah.
So quick question. So obviously we're, almost to the natty here. But before, when you were looking at the college football bracket, who did you guys think was going to have the easiest route to the playoffs? Because I thought it was Miami, though they had to play Ohio State. But did you guys expect for them to be in this spot, or did you expect someone else to have an easier path?
I thought Ohio State had the easiest path.
Yeah.
But obviously they lost to Miami, so I think they had,
I think
the
that's
left side of the bracket was definitely much harder than the right side of the bracket.
I mean, Texas Tech was very good, and I love Texas Tech all year long, but JMU into Texas Tech feels relatively friendly compared to the others.
Yeah, I think that's the one team there that kind of sticks out as Texas Tech.
And
we just didn't know how for real they were.
Yeah, I guess.
And the defense was, but the offense was found to be a bit lacking. And the problem for Ohio State was, again, I was still under the impression during these playoffs that this Miami team was still the same team that lost the 2 games in the middle of the season. And stylistically, they could not be different. And let's talk about the quarterback, because that's crucial in all this. And Carson Beck, already going into last night, I've been very impressed with his maturity and his efficiency throughout these playoffs, right? He hadn't really put the balls in harm's way. He's done a good job of operating the offense. He had recognized the setting and that he needed to get his body more involved. We've seen him run a lot these playoffs. But you can hear me say all this, and it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
He hadn't had to have the moment. He hadn't had to have put the team on his back. And here comes that Ole Miss magic. Trinidad Chambliss, and Carson has to go the entirety of the field to become a legend. And when you pair those two elements, the fact that he has been this mature game manager, putting his body in line, knowing the setting, but then when he had to do it, they come up with the drive. He had the big 3rd and 10. He has the touchdown run. They come up with the drive to win the game. That's a $4 million drive by Carson Beck, right? That justifies all of the investment that you made in him in the offseason.
That's sick.
They had so many plays that were just big. That one we're showing on the screen right here. They had a lot of plays that just busted.
Yeah.
And this one right here that we're showing that reminded me a little of Vince Young. A little Vince Young moment.
It has that same visual
feel.
cinematically when the camera angle from the end zone when he runs in. Also, if you replay that, look at how tired 51 is.
Oh yeah,
he's 6'8", 330, but he's I think it was less out of. I don't think he's being lazy there. I think he's just. That's the body blow. That's the body blow effect.
100%.
That's 60 minutes of just getting hit and hit. He's just dead. His body just has nothing left whatsoever.
And speaking of hits, there were some big blow-ups last night. I love watching grown men just annihilate each other. And whenever I see one of those just flying tackles that just put somebody on their ass, I'm obsessed.
We got to give a lot of love to Ole Miss, though, because with everything that happened, it's just they were the Cinderella story that honestly got put to a halt, but they had a great season, man.
Yeah.
A great season 100%. With everything that happened. Shout out to Ole Miss. Shout out to Mincy in the stands.
I will say this, and the Mincy Danny Boy Kane saga was electric. Tate doing an incredible job covering it all. I would say this, though, for Ole Miss, and this is where the pain comes in. Pete Golding, defensive coordinator, defensive coach, and now you enter the offseason where the defense was in the position to make all of your dreams come true, couldn't come through. That's the run is over, the fairy tale is over. Reality sets in now.
Yep.
And we'll see what ends up happening for the Rebs.
Yep.
Shout out Miami, and shout out Mario Cristobal. Should mention that as well. Ben says, ask Wub. My wife and I just had a baby girl.
Congratulations.
Watching Wake Up Barstool this morning on parental leave. Can you say hello to her? It's her first time watching Wub with me. Jennifer,
hello,
what's up,
Jennifer?
Jennifer.
Jennifer, I hope you're having a great
Go
day.
Hoosiers.
Congrats. I hope it was an easy delivery.
Shout out, baby.
Congrats on the baby girl.
Babies.
That's beautiful. Babies are awesome.
Shout out, babies.
Enjoy those little stinkless poops that you have right now. And you all can send your questions in to Ask Wub. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. And right now, it's Friday, which means it's time, guys, to talk to our very best friend here on WUB, and that is noted college football genius and Miami Hurricane superfan, the Bear, Chris Fallica. Bear, what's going on, man? How are we feeling? You went to the game last night. Miami wins. They're going to the Natty. What's going on in your heart right now?
I'm too old for this, but I can't take it. I was literally quivering in the second half last night. I was so sick and nervous. Now, it could have been the 2 Celsiuses that I drank about a couple hours beforehand that could have contributed to it, but it was just an unbelievable night, and Miami did everything that they could to help Ole Miss along and give them an opportunity to win the game. But in the end, they made the plays, but it was an unbelievable game, and I'm just looking forward to the hypothetical national championship game between Notre Dame and Ohio State, because I mean, Notre Dame should have been in, and Ohio State, I mean, if they play 10 times, we know what happens. So I can't wait to watch that one in Miami in 10 days.
Yeah, I mean, it's so that was kind of. I had a big disconnect with my co-hosts last night on Roughness, where and I know Miami made a lot of mistakes last night. You even kind of referenced them there, right? There's like passing the ball right before half on first down, which kind of ended up through extension giving Ole Miss 3. There's all the drop picks. But I found myself in the middle of that game saying, okay, I finally see it now. Like, Miami is not the team that lost those 2 games. They didn't know who they were. They didn't know yet that, no, we're just a smash-mouth, road grader, run-the-ball team. And now that they figured it out, I found myself saying, oh, wait, this team can beat Oregon. This team can beat Indiana. Like I score them pretty evenly with those other 2 sides. How do you feel about Miami heading into whatever the winner of tonight's game will be?
I would, as long, I mean, we're going to need an injury report because they had some guys.
Yeah, that's true. Because when the defensive injuries started to pile up, that kind of changed.
That'll factor in, but totally, like, why can't we were talking earlier in the year about who's the best team in the country, Miami or Ohio State, and I think what we've seen in the winning streak since that loss to SMU is Miami get back to their identity. I mean, they controlled the ball for 45 minutes last night and just ran the ball at will. And you mentioned it, like there were quite a few people who were like, why are we running trick plays? Just continue to run the ball downfield. You're dominating up front, but to have 400 plus yards total offense, have 45-minute time of possession, 10 penalties, 4 drop picks. They had an interception on a tip ball in the red zone. Ole Miss doinks a field goal in. Miami misses a field goal. Like, everything that went on, it was almost like the SMU game all over again with how much they dominated statistically, and then they ultimately wound up losing in overtime. But last night, I mean, a lot of people question Carson Beck, and people are outrank the quarterbacks, and Carson Beck was the lowest ranked quarterback of any of the quarterbacks left in the playoff, and he made some unbelievable plays in the second half and answered a lot of people. So, and as a fan, I mean, as a player, I mean, you could probably answer better than me. To win a game like that when you know you didn't necessarily play your best, you weren't buttoned up, you did dumb stuff like you hadn't done in the first couple of games of the playoffs so far. Like, you have to think next game you're going to play better than that. Those things aren't going to happen again. The coaches can focus on things like that and have like a little bit of motivation and a little bit of learning experience, as Nick Saban would like to put it. Like, you would think Miami's going to peak and play another great game in 10 days, whether they're going to be a small underdog against Oregon or a little bit of a bigger underdog against Indiana. But there's no reason Miami can't beat either of those teams.
Yeah. So you saw when he got the ball with about 3-4 minutes left. I want you to be honest with me, Bear. Were you kind of nervous? Did you have confidence in Carson Beck? Did you think he was going to go down and have that drive of a lifetime? How are you feeling when he got the ball with 3 minutes left?
I was nervous.
He looked a little hapless at the time. Like, it seemed like he had hit a valley in terms of the game flow at that time.
I mean, because it was the classic. Ole Miss has answered every call, every time they needed to drive, they needed to score. They got the drive, and it's like, okay, we'll see what happens. Now, the only saving grace was they did only need the field goal. So, I mean, at least they could have gotten field goal range, maybe but Yeah, I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, because everything that happened in the game that thus far, like it seemed like after the Tony touchdown, okay, now it's, and then Ole Miss goes down and scores. So I was nervous. It felt like the season was going to come to an end, but I'll tell you what, Marion had an unbelievable night.
Yeah.
Tony had an unbelievable night, and Beck with the scramble was fantastic. One of the biggest plays of the game that might not get mentioned now was that 3rd and 7 to Tony, where he stayed on his feet, and they wound up scoring the touchdown as opposed to the field goal, or else they absolutely would have needed a touchdown on that final drive just to get the game to overtime.
He does something that you very rarely see, where he has a guy hanging on him, and he makes a cut with the guy hanging on him. Like he's got one leg wrapped up, and he still plants and cuts and jukes the other defender before taking off.
And how about the one-handed catch out of bounds?
That was nasty.
It was like he didn't get the toe tapped. He is a special kid, and hopefully we got at least 2 more years of college football to watch him.
Yeah,
so that's
true.
That's great for all of us.
Yeah.
All right, Bear, obviously, this is the money corner, so we got to talk a little bit about betting.
Let's do it.
I didn't know where you were at before this game, if you had placed any bets. So were you looking at any value with Ole Miss, or did you play Miami with your heart and with your skill set?
I played under 52.5, which I was happy to lose with Miami's winning touchdown. I played a prop of over 144.5 rushing yards for Miami and laddered that up all the way to like 175 and up.
Ooh, let's go.
That worked out well. And then I played Ole Miss in-game plus 4.5. So that worked out for me.
Bear!
Nice hit.
Yeah, that worked out.
Seeing the ball.
That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping not only did you get the win last night with your team, but also were able to capitalize monetarily off of them as well.
A little happiness hedge.
How about this, Bear? Because I do want to get the other game with you, but before we do, be it Fletcher, anybody else that you want to celebrate on this Miami team that you don't feel like we've talked about yet?
I mean, Maui Oga was fantastic last night. He was just dominating up front, complete road grader. Who else? CJ Daniels again. The way he blocks at the wide receiver is fantastic. But I mean, the story of the game, the story of the night was Carson Beck, a guy that people kind of wrote off. You think back to December, and he wants to go to the NFL. He's done with college football, and then he wasn't. Give Dennis Smith and the Mario Cristobal, the Miami coaching staff and personnel department, all the credit in the world for getting him to Miami. But yeah, Maui Oga was fantastic last night, and just the Tony was great. Keelan Marion was fantastic. Yep. Everyone did their job on offense. It was a weird game in a sense that Miami knew they needed to shorten Ole Miss's drives, but yet it was like the wide receivers had great games, and Beck threw the ball. It was just a weird box score to look at it. The big numbers that Miami had offensively, and the big number of big plays that they had, yet they just stayed on the field time and time again.
Real quick, $4 million drive out of Carson Beck. I mean, that's what it felt like, right? Like that drive alone justifies everything. And he,
if they win, well, yeah, they're gonna. If they win one more game, he is gonna go down as an all-time Miami legend.
That's crazy.
To go to Miami, to get them the 6th national championship, playing for a national championship on their home stadium, and again, good for him because I know there are a lot of Georgia people out there that I'm friends with. That I got one text from someone, a Georgia buddy of mine, a friend of mine, probably more of a bitter fan than anything else, and he was like, I don't know if Carson's built for this. You were talking about that final drive going into it, and here I am at like the depths of my misery and concern, like, oh crap, they're gonna lose this game, and here's my buddy. Yeah, I don't think Carson's built for this, and then shut a lot of people up, man.
Got him.
Yeah, Bear. Moving into the game tonight. Obviously, 2 great defenses, Oregon, Indiana, ran by 2 great coaches. What are your keys to victory to make it to the national championship? And what's your best plays of the night, I guess, in this game?
There was a play. I don't want to mention the. Well, no, you're a DraftKings show. You're good. I can mention DraftKings by name here. I'll do so many damn different shows. And I'm like, okay, who's FanDuel? Who's DraftKings? But DraftKings had a prop up there. Will either team score 30 points in the game? And the no was minus 120. I thought the no was a good play there because I think it's a defensive type game.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting. I saw Whittington pop up on the injury report yesterday. It's questionable, which probably means he came down with some type of illness, unless he got hurt at practice like Davison did. But Oregon's running backs, the lack of depth there, I think, is a massive key because they had success with the running backs early in that game against Indiana at Autzen. It was really Dante Moore and the sack yardage that really came back and bit them in the you-know-what. But if they can help keep Indiana off the field, the injury not only to Daly, but the injury to Wyatt, who had a massive game in that first meeting as well. I think Oregon's got a great shot tonight to pull the upset because I would almost rather be the team that loses the first meeting than the team that wins. I think you can find things to improve on, things to do differently to give yourself a little bit of an edge. And my former colleague at ESPN, Bill Connolly, had a great note in one of his previews. I don't know if you read the latest story or not.
No.
But in the rematches this year, there was an average difference of like 15.2 points per game, swinging points from one game to the next. And I think the loser of the first meeting won like 9 or 10 of the 12 rematches. So there's a lot of evidence this year to point to the team that lost having a bit more success in the second meeting. So it's like an 8-point adjustment on the line too, because at Oregon, who was a 7.5 point favorite or so the first meeting, now they're a 4-point underdog. So it's about or the power ratings that off early on. Should there be that much of an adjustment? I don't know.
Bear, you are stressing Mikey out here, dude. I could feel him. I could feel him cratering and starting to sweat as your answer went on. Hi, look, Mikey, I'll make you feel better, okay? Yes, Oregon's gotten better, but Indiana's gotten better too. Okay? And I see. Okay, now if we had to get the keys, to me, one of them has to be Oregon's lack of rush and Indiana's incredible passes. Now, Oregon, they look great against Texas Tech, but for whatever reason, it hasn't been their identity all season long. I was pretty shocked to read this. Dante Moore sacked 14 times on the year. 6 of them came in that Indiana game.
Yeah.
Like, if Indiana gets to Dante Moore, like Oregon has to fix that or they don't stand a chance.
Correct. And that's something which has changed in the Oregon offense as the year has gone on. Jeff Schwartz, my co-host on
It's very early, guys. Okay, and he stayed up late last night partying, and he woke up with us.
6:43 Mountain Time right now.
Yeah,
but Jeff pointed out like they have not really been an explosive offense as the year has gone on. Maybe that's due to injury, Corey Moore being out, Gary Bryant Jr. being out, but they need to get back to doing that. They need to match explosive with those great Indiana wide receivers, but. You got to beat Indiana. You have to be better than Indiana that day to win because I talked the game last night with Miami with all the penalties and stuff. Indiana does all of the little things right.
Yep.
Best turnover margin in the country. Only turned it over 8 times. Best third down offense in the country. Second best or third best third down defense. Second fewest penalty yards per game. They are like the coach's dream. If there was like a 4 factors of football, like there was like the 4 factors in basketball, like Indiana would be like off the charts by doing all the little things right. So you have to absolutely create your own luck and create your own point because they certainly aren't going to help you.
They're even the number 1 red zone defense in the country. You only score touchdowns 25% of the time. Sorry, Dana, go ahead.
Ridiculous.
So looking forward to the national championship here. It's obviously at Hard Rock Stadium. I want to see how much of an impact you think it'll have with all those home fans from Miami. Obviously, whoever wins tonight is going to travel well, but how much of an impact do you think it'll be that they're just right down the road at Hard Rock?
I think it will be more of a factor if Oregon is in the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you look at Oregon, they were in Miami already. You fly back. You got to go to Atlanta. You fly back. Now you're going to go back to Miami again.
Yep.
That's a lot of cross-country travel. We'll see how many fans make the game. But I just think as a team, like, it would be a factor on the field with 3. And look, I've made that flight from Hartford to Oregon quite a bit, and it feels like you're flying for days. Once you're there, it's great, but we'll see if that wears on it. But if it's Indiana, I mean, with Mendoza being a local kid and Indiana losing his program and Power 4 history, and when Signetti took over to being favored to win the national championship, Indiana fans will be there in force. So I don't think it will be a big factor if Indiana's there, but if it's Oregon, it will feel like one of those old Orange Bowls where you had the Big 8 team in the Orange Bowl, and it was like that little corner on the visitor's sideline was Nebraska or Oklahoma or Colorado, whomever, and the rest of the stadium was filled in orange and green.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, Meg.
The Cubans are up, man. Look at Cristobal.
I know,
look at
dude.
Mendoza.
I know, that's true.
The Cubans are just
Great.
Damn, we could have a
Stock
fully
is
Cuban
up.
Cuba
national.
Libre.
stock is up.
That's crazy. We could have a
Viva
fully
Cuba.
Cuban national championship in Miami.
Cuban sandwich.
It's perfect.
Mark Cuban.
Oh, yeah,
Casinos for everyone.
Yeah, hell yes, dude.
Croqueta.
Oh, yeah, and that's a great point. Mark Cuban as well. Finally get involved in Hoosiers football.
Big money.
Wait, Dana, you just tried a Cuban or a
No,
Reuben?
No,
you just tried a
popped in my
Reuben.
head. I would like to try
Cuban
a Cuban
sandwiches
sandwich
rock.
sometime.
They're the
yeah.
Oh,
best.
it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll put that
Especially
on
if
my
you get
list.
He just had some passion.
The real
behind his
Cuban bread. Bear, you've had the real Cuban bread with those sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
So much better.
Oh, it's ridiculous. If you get the regular Cuban sandwich or you get the media noche, like they're there.
Bear, you are, again, the best friend of Wake Up Barstool here. I mean, to come on this morning, no sleep, no. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Shout out to the U.
Hell yeah, Bear.
Go
You deserve
Natty.
It's all
All
about
worth it.
you.
Hell yeah, baby. All right, Bear. Later, man. Take it easy. Coming up next.
Thanks. Good luck with your best, Megan.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Well, speaking of, coming up next, we're going to head into the money corner where Megan's going to try to continue the hot streak, making some money over this weekend. Don't go anywhere. This is Wake Up Barstool. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. It's the end of hour 1 on Friday. That could only mean one thing. It's time to head into the money corner.
And welcome back to the Money Corner with Megan making money. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump right in here, boys and girls. First up, we're going to go with the who?
Hoosiers.
And I'm taking a minus a 3.5. Look, we already talked about this game. Bear went over it. The depth at running back is obviously a concern. They have their OC and their D coordinator foot out the door, other jobs. I love Indiana here.
Good point.
They are just meshed with stardust and Cuban moxie. Go ahead and give me them Hoosiers, minus a 3.5. Then we're going to move on to the NFL slate. Rams at Panthers, spread
Whoa,
plus
look at
10.5. I'm going to go ahead and take Matt Stafford 3+ touchdowns.
Damn.
The spread is high. However, if you look back at this matchup 6-7 weeks ago,
I thought it was gone.
the Rams played a terrible game. Matt Stafford had 2 interceptions. He had a fumble on the goal line that cost them the game. And the defense basically took the night off, gave up, 358 yards?
Yeah.
Look, I'm a betting girl. I don't think that's going to happen again. Matt Stafford's going to go out there and be himself. I like the 3+ touchdowns at plus money. Up next, we're going to stay right here in Chicago. Obviously, the
Bears.
Bears have been under Big Brother's thumb for too long. I mean, Green Bay has just owned them. Now they have a chance to really set themselves in front.
Thank you, Megan. That's what Bears fans should be embracing. Don't be fearful.
Katic and I will
No.
be
Be
there.
excited.
Yeah.
No,
we'll
we
be
are
on site, boots on the
No
ground.
way. Boots on the ground in Soldier Field?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, boy.
So yeah, we're excited. The city of Chicago deserves this, and I did not want to take the spread here. What I wanted to take was Jordan Love. 1 interception. That's plus 101. This Bears defense have forced more interceptions than any team in the league.
Makes
so
sense.
I think they are able to force one more this weekend.
Let's see it.
Up next, Bills at Jags. I'm going to go ahead and let Mr. Sunshine put it all on his back. Trevor Lawrence over 25+ rushing yards. The Bills have a nasty pass rush, so I think Trevor's going to have to get a little creative. I think he's going to do that with his feet. Look, if Trevor Lawrence wins this game against the Bills, Does that put him in a different category of quarterback? Because we've been kind of hovering of, is Trevor Lawrence good or Super Bowl level elite? This could show us right here with this game. Up next, Niners at Eagles. I didn't really know what I wanted to do in this game, but what I did know is that there's two guys on both sides of the ball that know what they're doing in big game situations, and that's Mr. Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey.
True.
We're going to put that together in anytime touchdown parlay plus 216.
Okay.
Look,
I like
it's not very. It's kind of a no thought type thing.
Yeah.
It might be too good to be true.
Just send it.
But look, 2-1, two guys that I trust. I'll take it. And last on the list, we're going to Chargers at Pats. And I'm going to take a little parlay here. I'm trying to get some plus money. Travion Henderson, anytime touchdown. Also with Ramondre Stevenson, 15-plus receiving yards. New England is 9-1 over their last 10. And in that span, my boy Travion has scored 8 touchdowns and 6 in the past 4 home games. So I love that leg of that parlay. Second is, as I said, Mr. Ramondre Stevenson. He's averaging 96 scrimmage yards per outing in the final 5 games of the season. He's a more reliable option out of the backfield. He's getting more catches than Henderson.
Fumble. Just don't fumble.
No fumble, but that's what we're going to go with, plus 330. So as you can see, these are all pretty large plus money plays besides that Trevor Lawrence one. So what we're doing is we are going to extend our bankroll and we are going to win.
Let's go, baby! The Money Corner! And look, you can play all the games throughout the weekend. Thank you, Megan. Excellent job. Hour 2, a lot more NFL talk coming up next. We'll get into Dana's Patriots. Don't go anywhere. Hour 2 of Wake Up Barstool on the other side. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Wake Up
What
Barstool.
a wagon!
Very excited. Who's laughing at me?
I just love that you said, what a wagon!
What a wagon! I felt like a little bit of Trump there for a second. Anyway, it's time to talk to a guy that I've been watching for many years. Like when I first got out of college, got in the media game, I used to watch this man both online. I remember also I was like obsessed with Dan Pat show, saw him all the time there. I'm talking about Ross Tucker, host of the Ross Tucker podcast. You can follow him on social media at Ross Tucker NFL. Ross, what's up, baby? Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I guess it wasn't enough to only have 2 has-been former offensive linemen. You had to get a third one on
Let's
here.
go.
The big boys are only getting bigger here on this Friday show. All right, Ross, a lot of great NFL action coming up over the weekend. Before we dive into the slate, though, I want some of your insight on some of the coaching moves that we've seen made lately, right? And I'll ask you a kind of specific one here to start. John Harbaugh gets fired. All of a sudden, McDaniel fired in Miami. Are those connected?
I think it would be a little bit weird if they're not.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the press conference that McDaniel had Monday or Tuesday where he said, I'm coming back and I'm going to be involved in the GM search. And then 2 days later, he's gone. And by the way, there are a lot of reports out there that, you know, their top GM candidate has close ties to John Harbaugh. So, you know, keep your eyes on that. Now, that doesn't mean that Harbaugh's necessarily going to the Miami Dolphins because it feels like he has a lot of options to choose from. And I think it's very telling that he's waiting till next week to do any interviews. I think he wants to see how this weekend shakes down. I think he wants to, listen, if the Bills lose to the Jags or the Packers lose to the Bears, there are some people that think both of those organizations could make a change. Ooh. So if you're John Harbaugh, maybe wait. Can you imagine if you get to go to Buffalo with Josh Allen or even Green Bay with Jordan Love?
True.
So Harbaugh's going to take his time. It seems like everybody wants me. I was on the radio in Cleveland. They want him. The Giants want him bad. So he's going to have his choices. But certainly, I think that's the guy the Dolphins want.
We had the professional lip readers out last night with Jackson Dart. Did you see that clip?
Yeah.
He said it looked like he said Harbaugh or Stefanski.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, those are easily the best 2 candidates out there right now. Like, that's what everybody's
But if you're John Harbaugh, I mean, if it's between the Packers and the Giants, I think that decision's
it's already made for you.
Yeah.
Well, and let's get into the Packers here, Ross, because It's very interesting living in Chicago now. Bears fans have a mental block against the Cheeseheads. Like they're terrified of this weekend. They're going to ruin their season. I think Bears fans should be excited to ruin the Packers. Like they won the division. They come in a bit better. The Packers do, losing 4 in a row. And they have a chance to maybe get LaFleur fired. Like we had Diana Rossini and Jay Glazer, and independently, not led, they both basically said that there's a good chance those jobs are on the line this weekend. How are you scoring this matchup in Bears-Packers? Who do you think comes out on top?
Well, remember this, by the way. The Packers have a new team president. So anytime there's a change at the very top of the flow chart, there is the chance that they might want to, put their stamp on things, because LaFleur's had a bunch of success, but hasn't gotten to the Super Bowl. He had Aaron Rodgers win 2 MVPs, couldn't get there. A couple years ago, Jordan Love was playing out of his mind in the playoffs, and they couldn't get there. So that's a fascinating dynamic for sure. What's wild about this game is that the favorite flipped. I have a betting podcast, Even Money Betting Podcast. Meagan can tell you this. On Tuesday, the Bears were favored by 1.5.
Yeah.
And then now, more recently, the Packers are favored by 1.5. I think it's because, it's a short week for the Bears, and they got beat up by the Lions a little bit on Sunday. They went all out to try to get the 2 seed. They lose the game, but they get the 2 seed anyway because the Eagles didn't play their guys. Meanwhile, the Packers just totally rested their guys. So you would expect, that Packers defense, the D-line, to come flying around all game on Saturday night. So I think it goes to the end. Look, they played 2 games this year. The one game at the end, Caleb threw an interception, Packers won. The one game at the end, Caleb threw a touchdown, Bears won. I don't see any reason why it won't be that same type of game again.
Ross, obviously saw you in Philly. You cover a lot of the Eagles. I'm from Pittsburgh. Both PA teams, Eagles, Steelers. What are you seeing this weekend? How are they going to win the games? All that kind of good stuff.
Well, by the way, Katic, so I'm in the booth Sunday with Ian Eagle for Westwood One Radio for Eagles Niners. I know it's on Fox.
Oh, let's
and
go.
A lot of people will be checking that on TV, obviously. Then I hop in my truck, drive all the way across the turnpike because Monday night I'm on sideline with Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner. So I'll be in the Berg.
Ross Tucker,
let's go, on Monday night, but it should be a blast. The Eagles, it's kind of a similar breakdown to what I just said about the Packers and Bears. I mean, if you watch that Niners-Seahawks game last Saturday night, the Niners got the crap beat out of them. I was so impressed by the Seahawks. That game shouldn't even been close. Meanwhile, the Eagles rested all their key guys. So now those guys all come back, and you guys know when you have a long season like that, to get a week off, it's not just the physical, it's like the mental 100%. Reset. Yeah. They are refreshed, flying around. I feel like the Niners are just way too beat up. That would be a super impressive win to me if the Niners can get it done. My guess is they run out of gas in the second half. Steelers-Texans will be interesting.
Yeah.
Steelers have some dudes on the O-line I love. I love Fatanu at right tackle. I love the center, Zach Frazier. Have you ever seen Zach Frazier's back? He is the biggest. It's bigger than this whole screen. It's crazy. And those kids have played really, really well.
Yeah.
But these Texans edge rushers, Will Anderson is speed to power 50 times a game.
Stud.
50 times a game.
Stud.
He's going to get that speed and come right down your face. I can't wait. I don't expect a lot of points in that one, but it should be fun. I'll lean Texans, but who knows, man? Aaron Rodgers might have a little bit more magic there.
Gotcha. Hey, I want to ask you real quick, just to settle debate here in the office we were having about the Eagles choosing to rest everyone and basically saying we're prioritizing that over the 2 seed because you've been a part of these seasons. You know what that actual grind feels like on your body. Do you agree with the Eagles' decision to say, you know what, we don't care as much about a second home game as we do about being right for this first game?
I agree 100%. I'll tell you why. Because they didn't control it. If the Eagles were in the Bears situation, I would have been really curious to see what they would have done. Meaning, if they knew with a win they could get the 2 seed. I asked Sirianni about that because I was calling the game on TV for CBS on Sunday, and he said, I don't know. I don't have to deal in those hypotheticals. He said maybe. But, they could have played their guys and still lost. They could have played their guys and won, but somebody got injured. They could have played their guys and won, nobody got injured, but the Bears win. This makes sense to me. I always tell people the same thing, right? Yes, I wish I had longer arms. I wish I was quicker, faster, all those things. But late in the year, if you could give me one thing, every season I played, right? I think 3 years in a row I started, at the end of the year. Can I just feel a little bit better? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like my right knee or my elbow or my back when I had the herniated disc. Can I just feel like a Toradol shot time?
Yes.
A little bit better, towards the end of the year. And I think that's what Sirianni's trying to do. Because like Landon Dickerson, their left guard, he's had 2 knee surgeries since the Super Bowl last year. Yeah. Cam Jurgens had a back surgery. You watch those guys, you can tell they've played a lot of football the last couple of years. Give them the week off. They don't really care who they're going to play. They don't really care where they're going to play. Yeah. Just they believe as long as we feel good, we'll beat anybody.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about a team down in Foxborough, Massachusetts, the New England Patriots, and just a young man named Drake May who's slinging the ball, MVP conversation. What are you expecting against the beat-up Chargers this Sunday night? I think it's going to be just one of those games that's down to the wire, but what are you seeing in this one?
Well, Dana, I'm just so glad you and all the Patriots fans were able to endure those 4 long years without a franchise quarterback.
Hey, I'm not one of those fans,
though. It was painful. I mean, I can't even imagine how difficult that time was for you. I love this game. I'm a big Justin Herbert guy. If you've been watching the Chargers this year, that dude is tough as nails.
Yes, thank you, Ross.
He has been getting smashed. And not only does he get smashed, but he might not be the brightest bulb. I know he is like in real life, but he runs and doesn't slide a lot and just gets destroyed. I can't tell you how much appreciate. The guy broke his hand and missed like 3 plays. Trey Lance came in for like 3 plays. Herbert goes, gets an x-ray. They're like, oh yeah, it's broken. They put stuff around it. He runs back out there. Trey Lance didn't even finish a series. So I love Herbert. I hope he gets a playoff win because I hate narratives, right? Yeah. Like right now, I'll tell you guys right now, I think the winner of Bills-Jags is going to the Super Bowl. Oh, that's who I'm picking in the AFC.
Wow.
The winner of Bills-Jags. I hate that they have to play against each other in the first round because if the Bills lose, it's going to be, oh my gosh, Josh Allen, without Burrow and Lamar and especially Mahomes, he can't get it done. And if the Jags lose, a lot of people that haven't watched the Jags and don't know they're kind of awesome are going to say, see, I told you the Jags are frauds. I told you the Jags wouldn't really do it. I hate narratives, which is why it would be cool if Herbert won a playoff game, but that's going to be tough. Sunday night, Foxborough, they don't lose a lot of home playoff games. My former teammate Mike Vrabel will have those guys ready to roll. The best chance for the Chargers is if Jesse Minter, their DC, can confuse Drake May. Most people tell me, guys, that he's the #1 ranked coordinator hire. So I'm with you on Stefanski and Harbaugh, but if a coordinator gets hired, I'm hearing that Jesse Minter, the DC for the Chargers, is the most sought-after coordinator.
Yep. Yeah, well, and it's interesting, Ross, because I feel like it's at a time where you look at the NFC, Seahawks 1 seed, and what Mike McDonald's done with that defense is just unreal. Like, you look at the Texans, certified dudes, and the Seahawks have dudes as well. Don't get me wrong, right? Like actually, but the scheme, I just feel it's almost time. And this is hard to do defensively, but like the same way that we talk about McVay or these other offensive guys as being like wunderkinds and just so ahead of the curve, does it feel like to you and your film watching right now, do you feel like is McDonald ahead of the curve defensively in what he's been able to do in Seattle right now?
There is no question. And by the way, before I forget, T-Bob, why don't you have more of an accent like your dad?
I grew up in Atlanta. He went to the Falcons when I was 4.
Okay. So, yeah, your dad literally has like my favorite accent in the world.
I can't understand him.
No. It's unbelievable. I don't even know what he's saying, but I love listening. It's unbelievable.
It's the best.
Shout out the Cajun Cannon.
It's incredible. I love everything about it. You should try to get some of that somehow. I don't know how you can do that.
Gotta go down to Bayou Shack.
And now I don't even remember your question.
Okay, sorry. Well, it was just because you watch more film. You understand.
Mike McDonald.
You understand football. Like you
Let's
understand
get back on
football
track.
better than us. And so
you know what's funny?
From a scheme perspective. Yeah, sorry.
Most people will tell you he's like a schematic genius. He's the young Fangio.
Yes. Okay, there you go. I love that.
Those teams do the best job of not giving up explosive plays. If you watch, they get free guys, free runners on the quarterback a lot. But they're the two teams, interestingly, that play the most shell coverage, right? So the most too high to start the play. Now, look, they rotate a guy down later, whatever, but they don't give up explosive plays. They start with those two deep safeties. And it's funny because when I was watching last Saturday night, that Niners-Seahawks game, and the Seahawks were like just blowing everybody up. McCaffrey's getting blasted. Kittle, Purdy's getting killed. I was right about to tweet Legion of Boom 2.0, and then I remembered Stafford and Puka like tore him up a month ago. I was like, maybe I'll hold off on that.
It is crazy. I mean, the Niners like to play a bit heavier, and I think I read the other day the Seahawks exclusively played nickel and dime the entire game, and yet we're able to put him in a chokehold. Okay, how about this? Which one seed has the better chance of making the Super Bowl? Because it's a year in which a lot of people are not choosing the one seeds to finish this fight.
Yeah, I think it's Seattle. I'm not a big believer in Denver. I already told you guys, I think the Bills, sorry, Dana, but I think the Bills-Jags winner is going to the Super Bowl. I think the Jags are the best team probably in the AFC right now. I think the Bills have the best player. Denver, give them a lot of credit. I mean, to become the number one seed is impressive. I think it'll be very difficult to go to Denver and win, but I don't know. I think there's probably at least 4 teams I think are better than the Denver Broncos. I mean, I'll take the Patriots, the Jags, the Bills, and the Texans over the Denver Broncos if it was a neutral site game, right? Now, it's not, but I think those are teams that are better than Denver. In the NFC, I kind of have a tough time picturing someone other than the Seahawks, Rams, or Eagles going to the Super Bowl. I mean, the Seahawks have a bye. The Rams probably have about as close to a bye as you can get going into Carolina. I would be shocked if they lost to those guys again. And then the Eagles are in a really good spot, having rested their guys, playing a Niners bunch that, just kind of got beat up against Seattle. So AFC, I think it's a little bit more wide open. But I don't think Denver's going to go. NFC, I think Seattle's got a heck of a chance. I think only teams that could maybe knock them off would be the Rams or the Eagles.
All right, Ross, the producers have tasked me with giving you a Rubik's Cube challenge here in that they want you to make the case for the Carolina Panthers to beat the LA Rams this weekend.
Oh, it's easy. I watched that game like a month ago. Matthew Stafford just totally loses his mind.
Okay, that's all that has to happen.
And throws the ball to the other team multiple times. A pick six, has a fumble. Carolina offensively, they got to pound Rico Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard, possess the ball, and then Bryce Young just make enough plays with his legs or his arm to convert some third downs, somehow get in the red zone and score a touchdown or two. It would be like 20-17 Carolina. They win the turnover battle, and Bryce Young, actually 21-20, something like that, because they're going to have to score touchdowns when they get to the red area. 21-20, the Carolina's like +3 in the turnover margin, and Bryce Young makes some incredible off-schedule plays down near the goal line for the Panthers to have any chance in that one.
Doesn't sound very likely.
No. It sounds like okay, Ross. How about this, man? Before I let you go, you have a new initiative going on, futurefans.com, and this sounds pretty cool because kind of like we're getting at in this interview. I describe us watching football a lot of times. We're like the medieval peasants going to church and the sermon's in Latin, and we have no idea what we're actually listening to. We're like, okay, that feel better. That worked. That's good. So you're helping this initiative to help people better understand football, kids specifically.
Well, you'll appreciate this because you have what, 3 kids?
Yes, that's
All
right. Good job.
I bet you right now that they don't watch the whole game with you.
No. They're like 7, 5, and 3. So
But I'm telling you, dude, when I was 7, I sat there and watched the entire
did
game
too.
with my dad. He took out all of his life's frustrations on Buddy Ryan and the television set, you know? It's like a rite of passage. Younger kids these days, they don't want to watch games because they don't really understand. Like, even my daughters, right? You think my daughters? Nope. They want to be on their iPad. They want to be reading books.
Yeah.
Why would they ever want to do that? They want to do stuff like that. Listen, futurefans.com, I invested with these guys because they cracked the code. If you've got kids or nieces, nephews, whatever, tell them to check out futurefans.com.
Can't wait.
It's like $60, but think about that. It's like you're giving your kid a gift. But if they sit down there and watch Katic every Steelers game, like you probably did with your dad or whatever, Dana, the Patriots, that is priceless.
Yeah.
It is.
And now's the time to get them to be a fan. Now during the playoffs, it's called futurefans.com. They're going to kill it because all these sports leagues, by the way, are very, very afraid of the fact that young kids are not watching full games anymore. So that's why I invested, because these sports leagues, they know they need something like this. Futurefans.com. Check it out.
Love it.
Hell yeah, man. I can't wait. That sounds awesome. Ross, thank you so much.
Hoosiers tonight? Hoosiers tonight?
yeah. Who you got in the college game tonight?
Oh, I'm all over the Hoosiers. I'll tell you why. All right? Because when I was getting recruited in high school, I was a 1AA guy. They call it FCS now. I got recruited by James Madison, okay? So if you would have told me that someday James Madison would make the college football playoff and Notre Dame wouldn't, and still, Kate, if you could tell me, but Indiana still has a bunch of JMU dudes on it.
Yeah.
I know Mendoza and the whole deal, but they still have a bunch of JMU dudes. I love their O-line. I love Mendoza. I like that he's a little bit, nerdy.
Yeah,
I think
me
that's
too,
amazing.
yes,
I love
I
everything
agree.
about Mendoza. So I got Indiana tonight for sure, and I think Indiana wins the Natty. They
Let's
just
go.
at Oregon, Ohio State Big Ten championship game. They just keep winning. Give me the Hoosiers.
There we go. Host of Ross
Appreciate
Tucker
you, Ross.
podcast. Follow Matt Ross Tucker NFL. Catch him all over your radio and television this weekend. Ross, thank you so much, man.
You're the man, Ross.
All right, see you guys.
Let's go.
Later, man. Futurefans.com. Yeah, he stayed on so long with us, too. What a legend.
Awesome.
What a beast.
Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool on FS1. T-Bob, Mikey, Katic, Dana Beers, and Meagan making money hanging out with you here on this Friday. And, well, every single Friday we do it. We love food.
It's
But
gonna
do
make me
we
so
love
hungry.
all foods? I know already my tummy.
My stomach is
You
grumbling.
don't happen to have any honey, do you?
I've eaten so clean this week.
Same.
Rumbly
Have
tummy.
you ever heard Chaps' poo impression?
No, is it really good?
Oh, God, it's perfect.
I'm jealous now.
perfect.
I always try and I can never quite get there.
T-Bob,
yeah.
I've eaten clean Monday through Friday.
Yes.
Or Monday through Thursday
Yeah.
so far.
Same.
Gone to the gym 6
Same.
days in a row.
Wow.
I'm ready to look at some food, man.
Yeah, so again,
some beers.
you should listen to Big Boys Club with us three and Ella Griff. It's a great podcast. But we talked about in 2026, we're locking in during the week. Monday through Friday, we're putting
Saturday, let's let loose.
Yeah, we're putting hay in the barn.
Why not?
Even though I'm not gonna lie, dude, I'm feeling a lot of Friday let loose temptation right now.
Me
I
too.
know.
Are we gonna be able to stay dialed for the rest of
I'm
the day?
dialing in. No,
It'd
I'm
be a
not.
real shame if today was one of those days on the yak that I have like 10 beers.
Nobody clipped that and put it into the atmosphere. He definitely does not want to have 10 beers at work.
I don't know what to do. Well, this is not going to help, guys, because it's time for some Smash or Pass.
Yes!
Yes, dude.
Smash!
Yes.
I can eat
This
100
is
pounds.
crazy. I just had, like this week, I've had it 3 times.
Wait, okay, but
wrong.
did you just? So Dana has Dana tries. where he tries a bunch of new food. Was this a Dana Tries
I've
episode?
had it maybe once or twice before this week,
Okay.
but for whatever reason this week I've been crushing it.
Heavily salted.
Very healthy.
Dana.
Yeah, salted up. Oh.
Protein.
I know. My mom
Good
texted me that. She
good
said, very
protein,
healthy, Dana.
unlike cheese.
Good job,
Whoa,
Dana.
cheese has some good protein.
Hey,
Michael,
don't you dare
you
say
eat
that.
3 cheese sticks a morning. It's not good.
Yes,
Dude,
it is.
6 grams of protein.
Don't listen to them.
That's got to stop you up.
Edamame.
Same as a
Edamame.
hard-boiled egg. Hard-boiled egg is 7 grams of protein.
It just
Oh, wow,
it pops
okay.
in there so easily.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
coarse sea salt on the top.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Deeply satisfying, too. Like you said, that when you
Yes.
just pop it out
Pop
of
it
your mouth.
out.
Sunflower
man.
seed. Oh.
I don't know if I would want to eat them without the pod, though.
No.
I agree. I
Well,
like the pod is fun. It
I
makes it
would
fun.
eat it, but I'm saying the fun part is the pod.
I agree.
It's kind of like a pistachio when you like put it fully
Yeah.
shelled and you
It's
get
a
the
game.
salt and everything. Yeah.
It is very good in a salad out of pot. Like, you can be a good part of things. Also, just, you're right, though, when it comes to the pod, bathing that in soy sauce, you're getting even more, like,
Oh.
taste. Wait, you're not dipping your edamame in soy sauce?
No.
Or chili, or
Or
the
like
chili,
chili?
oil.
Yeah, guys, what are we doing?
Putting salt on that.
Oh, I mean, that's very good, guys. But come on, we got to get some dips here.
Okay, that's good to know.
Whenever you eat your sushi, just take your edamame and like clean the plate with the bottom and just.
Yeah, yes, dude.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Yeah, that's
Smash.
Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smash.
God, dude, easy. What are we talking about?
I love corn.
We're just doing like hot dog necks. Come on, man.
Yeah, corn's incredible.
Cheeseburger.
What's your favorite corn, though? Because there's a million different ways you can prepare it.
Oh, the way. So prepare.
Crawfish boil.
Yeah, oh, yeah, dude,
corn?
yeah. Crawfish bowl corn, that's a huge one. Y'all boys ever had a
Spicy corn.
corn on the cob that's been sitting there in that bowl juice?
I love corn and
so
mashed
good.
You know what I'll do?
Gravy
I'll
on
grab a
top.
stick of butter and I'll just
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hold it.
It's like,
CJ, I do it like one.
I didn't do that.
I do it like one at a time. I'll do like a little
like this.
whop whop, and then I'll chew, and then I'll move it and whop whop and chew.
corn on the
I like getting it. I just like putting the butter all over my hands and then just getting after it.
Yeah.
No, Jeremy, the corn in my teeth doesn't bother me, you child.
Bother me.
I would say this. I think Mexican street corn's actually
It
the
is.
best corn, though.
It is excellent.
Love it, look.
That's my new word. Excellent.
It's fantastic. Stupendous. What do we got next?
Yup.
Yes.
Yup.
Smash.
Yup.
I will say, if if people don't make it right, it's disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yes.
Good coleslaw, smash.
Man.
It can get
Yes,
very
dude.
wet very fast. It can go sideways. You're right.
I would lather myself in coleslaw and eat myself.
That should be a new challenge.
Said no one ever. I don't think anyone's uttered that.
What if we put Dana in a bathtub of coleslaw and he cannot get out of it until he eats the full bathtub?
I'm done in under
myself in coleslaw
12
and
hours.
Eat myself.
I'm done in
my
12
God.
hours.
I love this.
Just because everything's been such a smash, I'll go a little bit of a pass here. Now that I don't like it, because I do like it, I will eat it. I don't seek it out much. I love it on a barbecue sandwich. Love it with barbecue, but yeah, I'll maybe go. I'm not as passionate as the other foods.
Low key, the best ones are just right out of the supermarket.
Really?
Yep.
It's kind of how I feel about potato salad.
Yeah.
All right, what we got next?
Smash.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? The
what?
coleslaw goes on this.
Yes, look at it right there,
On
dude.
this.
I want it sloppy. I want that Nashville hot dip sauce just dripping off, dude.
My jowls
They know
are water.
what?
I mean,
Yo!
Yo!
I'm gonna eat it obviously, but it's a little too spicy for me.
I knew that was where it was going.
Yeah, too
I knew-
northeast, dude.
Yeah,
I don't love spicy food.
I love.
You're crazy. That sauce is literally, it's making me quiver.
I'm gonna
My mouth
eat
is
it. if it's in
watering.
front
I
of me.
agree.
It's going to get
So your jowls are quivering? I
Yeah, and
agree.
like I'm imagining that little bit of pickle is like a honey.
Oh.
Has honey on it with the Nashville, and then the coleslaw like is really cold and crunchy, and the bun's nice and toasted.
Don't get me
I
wrong.
want it sloppy. I want it dripping off my hands, the
I'm
sauce.
salivating.
So hungry.
Also,
My face.
credit to this picture here, because I don't know if that's a brioche bun or what type of bun that would be, but that is a bun that is well made for this sandwich. If you're talking about Nashville hot chicken dip, where it might be a little wet, you have to have a bun that's going to maintain structural integrity.
Yep, great
Otherwise,
vehicle.
everything falls apart.
You want to start talking brioche?
Yeah, I mean, what is brioche?
I'm gonna get an FCC violation.
It's incredible. I don't know what it is, but it's incredible.
Bread in general, dude.
I've been buying the Hawaiian roll double packs from Costco because my kids love them.
Yeah.
It's so good, dude.
I would love to just do 2 hours on bread. Oh, I saw
What the hell is that thing?
Scott Hughes
Oh,
says, I'm not one to
smash.
turn down a free meal, believe me. But I can't say I've ever seen Chuck E. Cheese pizza offered to the media as the sole pregame dinner option.
Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
This is a
absolutely
high major basketball game,
smacks.
Piece of
not a
chicken on
toddler's
it, though.
birthday party. Do better, Ohio State.
I will say, I haven't had it for a while, but during COVID, Chuck E. Cheese had a rebrand, and supposedly the pizza's actually really good now.
Dude, Chuck E. Cheese
It's-
pizza slaps, and I would literally plop that piece in my mouth like a chicken nugget.
Yeah, it's a one-biter.
That
easily.
is that
Easily.
is tiny.
I don't know what's going on with the big piece of chicken, though. Is this a chicken pizza?
Yeah.
Love when that
But they forgot the barbecue because I love a barbecue chicken pizza with like
stuffed
onion.
crust.
It does look like stuffed cheese crust. Yeah.
Oh,
You guys
I
remember-
recently went to Chuck E. Cheese with my wife and her goddaughter, and didn't know you could
say,
drink.
Dana, you don't have kids.
No. And didn't know you could drink beers there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hammer beers.
The Chucks had an interesting evolution.
Charles.
The pizza's
Charles
nostalgic.
E. Cheese.
It's fine. I mean, this is on the lowest end of pizza, but that old guy also needs not to complain. Just enjoy the Chuck E. Cheese pizzas
I used
before
to have my
the
birthday parties
steak.
there when I was 10 just for the beer.
Do you remember when Pizza Hut came out with the stuffed crust for the first time?
Oh, what a game
That
changer.
was a revolutionary moment. I was obsessed.
Also, the only thing that upsets me about the Chuck, no more animatronics. Now it's just like a YouTube video of a bad mascot costume.
Oh, I hate that.
The animatronics, though, if you would go, they would be like half broken and they all looked really scary. It
Good.
looked like Chucky's like demonic graveyard.
Good.
I don't know if
That's
this
what
is-
I want. That's what I miss. I miss animatronics.
I don't know if this is illegal or not. I'm just gonna be totally transparent with everybody. When we went, I used our goddaughter's little ticket thing, and I
Yeah.
won Pac-Man. I got her extra tickets.
Let's go. No, that's not illegal at
I don't
all,
know if
dude.
that's illegal.
I don't think anybody cares that you won
I
her
got her
extra
extra
tickets.
tickets. I won Pac-Man.
Like the idea that Dana's been feeling guilty about it.
Like Dana's most controversial take. Look, guys.
guys, I gotta come clean. It's been weighing on me very heavily.
Dude, you know what was right next door to my Chuck E. Cheese growing up?
Wait, what?
You know what was right next door to my
No,
Toys R Us. Oh. So we would go
What a
right
dream.
there. We would bounce
R
back
Us.
crazy.
I took my kids in the pre-Christmas run-up to a retail Toys R Us.
Really?
And
That's sick.
over at some of the outlets, they have a Toys R Us, and it was really good.
There was one in Lafayette until like 4 or 5.
That was the
years
last
ago.
one.
Yeah.
I still think about this Star Wars land speeder that I should have bought that they had on sale for like $50 when they were finally going.
We had the last Toys R Us and the last and only Popeyes buffet.
Oh, God. They're going to bring this in, aren't they?
Oh,
What is
Wait, what is
Are you
this?
bringing this in right
Pass. I don't want anything to do with Malort.
now? Malort sucks.
Can we get Carson's gooey bread and
Yeah.
get that
Yeah,
back
where's
on
our
here?
ooey gooey butter?
I thought they were going to bring this in
We
because
get
it's
that
a
back?
Chicago thing. I thought they were going to bring this
Please.
in and make us try it.
All right,
Okay.
good.
I usually like hot chocolate with like spiked, but with Malort,
Pass.
it has such a gas undertone. I just don't want to.
I find bug spray to be more
Yeah.
of my cop.
You know what? I describe it as the aftertaste of Malort is like that acid you get when you're about to throw up.
Yep.
That is the exact same.
I would say this. I'm not going to smash, but out of pure curiosity, I cannot pass.
I'm passing.
I have to try this.
passing.
Add Malort.
I would actually love if they would bring this in the studio.
I'm passing.
Pass.
I hope that door doesn't open.
Is anybody going to the Bears game? Oh, wait. Well, we got to talk about
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Let's talk about this in the break, and then we can, because maybe some Malort hot chocolate could be in y'all boys' future.
If anybody's watching and has a cure for tired eyes, let me know.
Brother, that's what I put my makeup on for every day.
Can I start doing makeup?
I got you, fam. And you go to Costco, you get those eye patches, those like pink eye patches. I've been rocking those.
I got eye bags, man.
Me and
Hashtag
you look very similar, I feel, Dana.
I
in a lot of
sick
ways.
looking tired. I'm not even tired.
I'm not tired.
I just look tired.
All right, guys, if you have any suggestions, questions, go on Twitter. Hashtag AskWub, okay? We got our Skillet Parlay. We're gonna get to questions, maybe advice for Dana's eyes. Can we go to the wide shot real quick? I'm sorry, Steph. I know this is bad. Can we go to the wide shot real quick of all four of us?
Oh my God, production's panic.
Look at my gut, dude. I love this so much. Look at this, dude. I'm just a fat little duck.
Yeah, that's
Just
literally
a fat
real,
little
man.
duck, dude. All right, when we get back.
That little duck that's about to get
Plucked. All right, more
Nice.
Wake Up Barstool.
Good save.
Skillet Parlay. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. We got Ask Wub coming up in a minute. But first, it's time for our Skillet Parlay. We were so close last week, guys.
Oh, Lord.
I believe, the Eagles were the only miss in last week's. Is that correct?
See, I think.
Ugh,
I wonder,
absolutely.
it's the replacement.
All right. So, Megan, what do you got here?
I'm taking the Bears money line. Obviously, we talked about this earlier.
There
Rubber
we
match.
go,
It's
dude.
all we're gonna put on for our city, folks. And
There we go.
Go Bears.
I know Saints fans might be mad at me, but I live here now. Saints always number one. Tyler Shuck, best quarterback in the league. But I'm absolutely cheering for the Bears to smash the Packers. Plus, Packers just cut my boy Clayton Tune. F you, Green Bay.
Really?
Dana, what do you got?
I'm going to go with the C's and the Raptors over 224.5. Correct me if I'm wrong in the back. You probably don't actually know, but I think I've won 6 in a row on the Skillet in the NBA.
6 in a row in this Skillet. Dana and
Pretty
Fuego.
sure.
Get hot, Dana.
I stopped doing the NFL. I went to NBA, and big boy knows ball.
I have 7 cents in my account. I can't buy a win.
The C's and Raptors, the Celtics' most efficient offense.
You cannot buy a win right now. What do you got, Mikey?
I'm going with the Fighting Bearsies up there in Foxborough, buddy. I'm
What are you,
going minus
Minnesota?
3.5 there, bud.
That's Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, with the
Little
Fighting,
oldie.
yeah, a little oldie. Against the
Foxborough is
Chargers.
not in Minnesota.
Yeah, I know. It's over there in the Northeast there,
How about
bud.
doing a little Massachusetts Boston accent?
I want to go. Oh, yeah. Whose car we
The
gonna?
Pats. Wait, how many?
Probably taking.
Whose car we gonna take?
You almost did a Philly.
Is that
I
the
didn't think you
town?
wanted to do a Philly.
Whose
Yeah.
car we gonna take?
Go
And I
Pats.
want them to win because I want to go to Foxborough next weekend.
Yes. Yes.
Can you do a Pittsburgh accent?
Yeah, we're going downtown to the Steelers
God,
game,
dude,
and then
that's
we're going to go hit Permane Brothers after the game, and then we're going to go put our Steelers jersey in the wash, and then we're going to hang out with our family and drink some icy whites.
That's the best accent in the world. Oh my God, dude. Okay, I'm gonna fade what I feel like a lot of people have been saying. I'm gonna go Oregon, Indiana, over. Woo! The defenses are great, but guess what?
Points.
So are the offenses. We're talking about maybe the number 1 and 2 picks in the NFL at the most important position in the NFL, going toe to toe. Dante Moore, give me the over. That's a Skillet Parlay right now.
Points.
It's time for Ask Wub. What do we got?
Yes, let's go. Give some questions.
Put a question up on the screen.
Put a question up on the board.
Put it in. Drake, shout out Drake. Hashtag Ask Wub. Who should be the Ravens' next head coach? Oof.
Gruden.
Gruden. See, that's what sucks. Like, you're going to go with Jesse Minter?
I think it should be that comedian Stavros.
You're going to go Stefanski? Yeah, shout out Stavy. But, like, that's the point. Like, I don't think there's, like, a home run hire out there. I guess I would say Jesse Minter.
Okay. Next.
Jeff, Wake Up Barstool. Which tailgate do you guys at Beers at tomorrow, boys?
We're going to be at Soldier Field. Come find us in the South Lot. We're going to be yugging so many beers. We're going to be fitted in a full jumpsuit. We have these weird little hats we're wearing that doesn't fit my head quite right, but come find us, boys.
What kind of hat?
Oh,
Come
it's
sing
like
us.
one of those like Irish, like Sherlock Holmes hats.
Oh, wait, no, that you had in the
Yeah.
picture. It looked
It's
good.
cap.
With the
It's
jumpsuits.
It's
Yeah, Dana knows
My
that.
first Bears game ever. Very exciting.
Same.
Good one to go to.
Same.
Wait, so, and y'all are going to be going all over the NFL playoffs?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, we are. Yes,
Hell yeah.
Where are you going?
What?
Where are you going?
Uh-oh, Mikey.
Don't you mess with him. Don't
Uh-oh,
mess with
Mikey.
him. Don't you
Uh-oh,
dare mess
Mikey.
with him. Don't you dare
Mikey, what you
mess
going to do?
Don't mess
What
with
you
him.
going to do? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh my God! Oh my God! We have a whole minute. What are we gonna do?
Did I
Are
go
we
too
just
early?
gonna
We're way too early. We still have 45 seconds left.
Final score prediction. I got you. Final
Okay,
score
help me out.
prediction.
Help me
No!
No.
Final score prediction. I'm going 20. No. I'm going 38-27. Indiana. Hoosiers. Let's go. Whoa! Oh my God! Whoa!
All right,
Whoa!
I'm done. These boys are done. I'm done. I'm not responsible for this. I'm out. I'm out.